welcome back to another legit checking guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Off-White Dunk 50 collection. This time we actually have a retail pair in hand, so the video is going to be a lot easier. This is the Off-White Dunk Lot 50 from Lulu Sneakers. This one is actually straight from the source, from the Sneakers app. Got pretty lucky on this one. I do have a full video breakdown on this bad boy. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. In this video, I'm going to be going over some key points to watch out for to help you guys navigate the resale market. First thing I want to check out is the box itself. The boxes on this shoe is a pretty easy tell. For some reason the box is a little bit too big. Not sure what was going on there. As you can see, the size kind of messed with the placement of the Swiss cheese holes here. The prints on the box, like the Nike swoosh and the Off-White little logos, they're a little bit blown up too. Yeah. The retail pair smells really good. Kind of smells like the shoe section at a nice department store. The fake pair smells a lot more like chemicals. Another thing to look at in the box is the Off-White paper. On the fake pair, it's a little more like mustard colored, and on the retail, it's a lot more orange. All right, let's get these boxes out of the way. Let's take a look at the shoes. Oh, should I do one of those things? Thumbnail thing? I just shitted myself? Is that how they do it? So, we got the actual shoes here. Starting things off with the upper. Now these are two different colorways, but they use the same materials, so we can still compare the two. The materials are actually pretty on point. The fake pair does feel a little bit, maybe just slightly thinner, the leather parts, and the silhouette itself is not bad. They got the toe box shape right. It's not as sloped, but it still has that tall chin. The canvas material on the fake pair and the retail differ ever so slightly. So if you take a closer look, the canvas on the retail pair, the weave is actually slightly tighter. Kind of gives the holes a little bit of fray on the edges of them. On the fake pair, the holes look a lot more cleanly cut out right there. Moving on to the laces. One thing to note on the laces is the Off-White shoelaces text on the fake pair is a lot bigger. Pretty easy call out right there. Yeah, but other than that, the laces look pretty good. Alright, now let's check out the tongue. They got the thickness correct. On lot 50, they did use a black foam. The holes are in the right spots. Okay, another little difference here. The little vintage Nike tag on the side. On the retail pair, it's a lot more cleanly put together. As you can see on the fake one, it's kind of hanging off a little bit, and the stitching doesn't go all the way out to the edge. Little QC problem there. Yeah, everything else, the inside leather feels pretty good too. So the one thing to look for on the tongue is that little vintage Nike tag on the side there. Make sure it's in place, correctly lined up. Moving on to the swoosh. The swoosh size on the fake pair looks pretty good. It is placed a little bit high though. Let's check the other shoe though. Wow. Okay, so the left shoe, it's like Nike too. The placement of the swoosh on the left shoe is actually pretty spot on. On the right shoe, it's really high. Definitely won't be the best way to legit check because on the left one, still look for it, but don't rely on this too much. You know, these got me feeling a little bit violent. Like I gotta punch something, you know? A child.
Yeah.
This is like the Hypebeast Black Air Force One. Back here, the tab is actually a little bit short. The placement is good, but the size is off. As you can see, it's more rectangular, kind of squished down, and just below that, the little foil printed code on the back there towards the heel cup. Placement on the fake pair is way too high. The print on the retail pair actually looks a little bit more sloppy. On the retails, it looks like it was kind of stamped on there. You can see some bleeding around the edges. Now let's look at the lot number. We got the 50 of 50 and the 4 of 50. The first thing to notice, on the retail pair, it's a lot more textured and it feels like nice and rubbery, but on the fake pair it's a little bit more smooth, kind of has a harder feel to it. Moving on to the medial side, now let's take a look at the Off-White staple. Ohio, no, Oregon, Ohio, the hell. It's lined up pretty well, but again, like the other text on the outside, it's a lot more precise on the fake pair. Also, as you can see on the retail pair, it's a lot more shiny. Two different types of paint. On the retail, they used a paint that was a lot more reflective. It almost looks like foil. Okay, so I can't show you this on my retail pair because I don't have the 50. But another thing to look for on the check mark right here for the retail 50 pair, the swoosh should be a lot more crackly. Moving to the heel of the shoe, the Nike print at the back there, the size and font all checks out. If you look at them straight on, the shape of the heel cup itself, as you can see on the retail, kind of has the mound of the heel is a lot more defined. Yeah, the fake pair has that, it's got that dumpy, little Kyle Lowry action.
Another one.
Traction, pretty hard to mess up the traction. The outsole is looking good. The off-white tag on the retail pair is actually a lot thinner. Also, on the retail pair, the finish on the front is a lot more glossy. Let's take a look at the inner sock lining. On the fake pair, it feels a lot more puffy. Yeah, the quality on the fake pair definitely doesn't feel as good on the inside. Some things are kind of popping up a little bit too. Oh yeah, one more thing. The placement of the eyelets for the bungee laces, this eyelet right here should be a lot lower. And on the inside, this should be a lot lower as well. So wrapping things up, the easiest things to check for, or what I would check for, the shape of the toe box, look for that nice slope, the little vintage Nike tag on the tongue here, placement of the bungee eyelets, the off-white text on the shoelaces right here, the foil code, just look for the placement and the print, and finally at the heel cup, make sure it's not looking too dumpy back there. Yeah, overall not a bad fake. That is my legit checking guide for the Off-White Dunk 50 collection. Stay safe out there. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like, maybe subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Why do I keep smelling it? Oh no, our table, it's broken. Welcome to an episode of That shit doo-doo? Yeah, I think I did. Kicking things off. Venus.